I've been working in many Kajabi accounts over the last 5 years, and one of the most common things that I see that is missed inside Kajabi accounts is updating the system emails or the email templates. Those are those emails that Kajabi sends out on your behalf when somebody purchases a offer from you, joins your course, or comments in your community, that kind of stuff. So those are emails that are not considered email marketing emails, but they're system emails. So they're just automatically sent. Now, you probably don't know this, which is why you're watching this video, but you do need to go and edit these because they're going to have default text in them that Kajabi has written for you. And you're probably going to want to go put your own kind of tone into it or your own signature. And most importantly, put your brand colors in it. There's a button in there that by default is black. And if black's not your color, you're probably going to want to put in your own button color. And you might even want to add your logo because there's no logo in these. And it kind of seems like a really blank and odd email for your customers or your members to get. So we really want you to know where this is inside your Kajabi account. And today's video, I'm going to show you exactly where they are, how to update them, and I'll give you some little tips just from my personal experience on having to update these in pretty much every single Kajabi account I ever go into. So I hope today will help you get your emails more customized. Now, I just want to make sure that you're clear that I'm not talking about email marketing emails. Those are completely different. Those you can do a lot of customization in. We'll have other videos on that on my channel. But today's video is specifically for the default emails that Kajabi sends on your behalf. And there's very little abilities to customize these, but there's just enough that you need to actually put some attention into them before you go and launch everything in your Kajabi site. So follow along with me as I show you how to update those templates. So to edit our email templates, we're going to head into the settings area. So that's at the bottom left-hand corner on your dashboard. Once you're in the settings area, scroll down to site settings and you'll see somewhere in the list there, email templates. These are our system emails or default emails, whatever you want to call them. But they're basically the emails that the system will automatically send out for you on your behalf. Now, you'll notice there's quite a lot in here, and anytime a new feature gets added that requires a system email, then a new default template will be published in here. So you'll see there's a lot of emails that come out for coaching sessions, big chunk for that because there's a lot of things that are going on that require reminders and stuff like that. We've got subscription, cancellations, pausings, resumes. We have purchase confirmations. We have double opt-in subscriptions and resubscriptions. Those are all system emails. And things to do with assessment. We've got a cart abandonment. Of course, some community emails that come out. So all of these emails are not marketing emails. They're all considered system emails that are sent through a different mechanism than email marketing emails are sent. So these should bypass any spam filters very easily. But with that comes with the fact that they're not super customizable. Okay, but we can edit the text of them. So that's what we're going to look at right now. So first thing we'll take a look at, let's just do one of the most popular ones to edit. You don't ever have to edit all of these if you don't use them, right? If you don't have a coaching program, you don't need to edit these, but let's go and do the most common ones. So offer purchase confirmation is probably the most used template here. So over here on the far right, you'll see a little pencil icon. That's the edit button. Open that up and you'll see some weird looking text here. So this is where you can go and edit the text of the email. So let's just take a look at what it looks like first. Okay, so mine's a little bit stylized already because I've already edited my branding in here, and I'll show you that one in a minute. But first, this is basically what it looks like. And so to edit the text, you can just go and edit on the side here, but you'll notice that there's some weird brackets going on here. Well, that is called liquid text. And the liquid text here is, or a liquid object, I guess would be more specific. These liquid objects are, you shouldn't be editing them because they're going to be pulling information from within the back end of Kajabi. So for example, it says, thanks for purchasing test offer for preview. So this would be where the test or where the offer name would come in. So it's just auto-populating some text for the sample here. You'll see over on the actual editor, it says offer.title within those curly brackets. And that is essentially the code that's needed. So you don't want to edit those. You want to make sure that they are there, unless of course you don't want that information in there. So for example, thanks for purchasing blah, blah, blah offer. And then it says buy on virtual services because it's pulling the site title. You may not want that on there. You might want to say who it's from, Coach Chelsea. If I'm, let's say I'm a health coach and I could say from Coach Chelsea, I could put that. Or if I want this email to come from me and not from my team or my organization, then I might customize it a little bit more. So let's say, for example, let's say I don't really want to say congratulations. To me, that's not my language. I'm not going to say that. So I'll take that out. Thanks for purchasing blah, blah, blah offer. And let's say I don't really want to say who it's from. You can log in with your email and password at the link below. This section here is all the buttons, so you don't really want to change it. You could change the words login if you wanted to say something else like access your portal or whatever. So just make sure you change the text here and nothing in the code. You can contact us with any questions. Well, maybe it's not an us. You can contact me with any questions by emailing, and it's going to pull the email from the support section in your settings. So if that's not the email you want, you can either go change it in the other settings and it'll auto-populate here, or you can just go and change this yourself. So that's that. And then I don't really want it to pull my site title. I want to actually put a signature from me. And this is probably the most common thing to update in these default emails is usually the signature, because you want it to be a message either from yourself or from your team or something like that. So I'm just going to do a fairly typical sign off for a health coach. So, and Coach Chelsea. So that would be like that. I can hit save and then we can go preview it again. So we preview it, bring it over here. There we go. I've removed that extra stuff I didn't want. It pulled my support email and it has my signature. Now, if I wanted to adjust it more, I could, but this is good enough. Now for the button color and the logo, you do need to customize that yourself. That's not something that you can do in this area here. You'll also notice there's no ability to put images in, video, nothing like that. Okay, because they are not email marketing emails. There's restrictions when it comes to that. And that's why you're using this editor, not a nice, fancy, robust editor. So no pictures, nothing like that in here, but you can go change your logo and your button colors. Okay, so if we head back over to the email templates area, you'll see there's another tab called branding. We're going to head over to there. Inside the branding area, this is where you can upload your logo. You have it will tell you the dimensions when it's empty. You just can't see that right now because I've loaded an image already in there. Change your color. You can just click here, type in your hex code in there, and font color. So if you need to change the font color that goes on the button, you can do that there as well. And just make sure you hit save so that it saves your changes. That's it for the branding of those emails. That's all you can do. So it's pretty straightforward. Once you put that in, that'll go across all of these. Now, if I scroll down to...
Hi there. Sorry to interrupt your video. I just wanted to pop in and introduce myself. My name is Malva. For those of you that haven't met me, I'm one half of the duo for Chelsea and Malva Kajabi Specialists and the co-founders of Unstuck Me Club. I know you're in the middle of a video. I'm in the middle of gardening, which if you don't find me in the club or helping clients, you'll find me in the garden. I wanted to let you know that although Chelsea's got you covered with the how-to, I do believe that there might be another thing that will solve some of your problems. As course creators and online business owners, we have a tendency to want to do everything by ourselves, and though we piecemeal some of the information, especially if we're at the beginning of our road. However, fixing one problem doesn't give you an overarching view or strategy of what's happening in your business, and most importantly, what kind of possibilities that you have in your corner when it comes to the Kajabi platform and building your online business there. So that's exactly what the Unstuck Me Club is for. It's for online course creators, online business owners that want to know how to do something, want support with strategy, want to get the big picture, want to help with implementation, want to know how to do things to be powerful enough to make some damage, but not necessarily do everything on their own. So if that sounds like you, down below you'll have a link, and I hope to see you there.
Where did it go? There it is. Offer purchase confirmation, customize. Okay, so it gives you a little bit of an indication that you've gone in and customized it, so that you know that's one that you've done. Okay, now if you make a mistake or you don't want to keep that customization, you want to revert it back, at the bottom here it says remove customization. So I can click that. You get the warning. Do you want to remove it? Yes, I do, because I don't actually want to send that out because I'm not Coach Chelsea. And then if we could scroll down, offer purchase confirmation, it's back to default. Okay, so you can always reset it back to default if you want. All right, so basically you're going to want to go through all of these and check to see which ones you want to edit. If you're going to do a signature, I would put a fairly consistent signature across them all. The cancellation ones here, so user canceled subscription, they have a little bit different liquid code in there. Oh, not this one. That will be the, where is it? Paused, I think it is. Pop that one open. Yeah, okay, so this user paused has quite a bit of liquid code going on in there. So you want to be really careful in this one. And you'll see it's got card brands, card last 4 digits. Okay, so you just want to be really careful in this one that you're not removing a lot of the code in here. So user tip for you guys, one of the things that I noticed fairly consistency is there is a missing space between the text and buttons. And that's something that I would recommend that you add. So here's an example here. I'll show you what it looks like as a default. Okay, so you'll notice here the text goes right up to the button, which my design eye does not like that. So aside from changing the signature, my other recommendation would be to add a space there. So not a space, but a return. So a line break in there. Okay, hit save, and you can preview that in the browser. And you'll see it's much better now where you've got that line break there. I believe most of the emails are missing that line break, but there's a couple that do have it. So just keep an eye on that and then update your signature as needed throughout that. If you have any questions about these email templates or really anything in Kajabi, come see Malva and I in our free Unstuck Me Club community. This is a place where you can come and drop your comments and we will respond, hopefully helping you get unstuck. Link for that is in the description of the video. We'll see you there in the club or in the next video.